I need to achieve every one of my goals and dreams. The attraction comes from the resonance of the thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and the behaviors. Strengthen your neuromuscles. Strengthen these success patterns in your brain. A lot of people ask me if I still use a vision board like I showed in the smash hit movie The Secret, and the answer is I do, but it's slightly different than the one I used to have. I am sitting here in Port Andrax in Mallorca, Spain, and this is a little bit of what's been on my vision board in the last several years. And if you take a look at this area, it's one of the most beautiful little paradise islands anywhere in the world, surrounded by the Mediterranean. Now, why am I showing you that? Well, this is my exceptional life blueprint, and in this exceptional life blueprint I have pictures of let me just move the camera a little bit, my wife, my kids, my family, and I have pictures of things that I've already achieved, and homes that we've either owned, jets that we've flown, places that we've vacationed, cars that either I want to have or or that I do have. And experiences that I want to enjoy. We rented this in Maldives last year. We have a home in Colorado over here. This was in in the South Pacific Islands of Bora Bora. We've rented yachts. We've been in the most beautiful places. Now, why am I sharing this with you? You think I'm trying to impress you? And the answer is I'm not trying to impress you. I want to just show you something. I want to impress upon you something. First, you have to get a vision of what it is you want to trade your life for. And it's not about the cars and the houses and the trips. Like, what do you want to have your life feel like? What do you want to achieve in your health, wealth, relationship, career, business, contribution, charity, etc.? The reason it's so critical to start off with a vision, even when you do not know how to achieve it, and you probably know this, I left high school at grade 11. I was voted most likely to fail. English and math, I failed in grade 7. I didn't think I was smart enough, good enough, worthy enough. But I had a guy by the name of Alan Brown, my first mentor when I was 19, that asked me, what do you want to trade your life for? What would you like your life to be like? And he dared me to dream. And at the time I said, well, I'd love a 4-bedroom house. I'd love to get a job that I'm making more than $1.65 an hour, which is what I was making in a shipping department of Philips Electronics. And I was doing a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have been doing as a teenager. But he helped me create a vision first, even though it was a fantasy. It wasn't even a fantasy. It didn't even feel like it could be a fantasy because I didn't have any idea how to achieve it. And once I created my vision for health, wealth, relationships, career, business, fun, experiences, travel, etc., he said to me, what would you need to believe in order to achieve these things? And I said, well, I guess I would need to believe that I'm smart enough. He says, yes. He says, what else would you need to believe? I said, well, I guess I would need to believe that it's possible. He says, yes. He said, what else would you need to believe? I said, well, I guess I would need to believe that it's possible for me and that I'm worthy of it and that I deserve it. And I went on to list all of these beliefs. And he helped me with a few beliefs, I would need to believe and have the self-discipline. And then he went on to say, well, what would your identity need to be like? And I was like, identity? What do you mean? He says, well, everybody has character traits that they're abiding by right now, but in order to achieve these big goals that you have, you'd have to have some new character traits. And he said things like self-confidence, things like certainty, things like feeling empowered, things like feeling you can overcome anything, things like knowing that you can learn anything to apply what is needed to achieve those goals. He says, in order to achieve the goals that you have, the vision that you wrote down on this, sheet of paper, which he gave me, you have to create the identity and the character traits to behave in those ways. You have to practice to make those permanent in your mind. So practice is what makes permanent. He says a lot of people are practicing the wrong things and they're making the wrong self-image permanent, the wrong identity permanent, the wrong beliefs permanent, the wrong habits permanent. He says in order to achieve any goal you want to achieve, you have to create the right patterns that drive the right behaviors that achieve the results you want. And it made logical sense for me. And I asked him, well, how do I create the right patterns? He said, well, first you choose the beliefs you need. Then you choose the identity that you need. Then you choose the character traits. Then you choose and discover what are the skills and the knowledge you need. And then you choose the habits required to achieve that. So why am I sharing this with you? By the way, this happened literally 42 years ago when I was 19. I'm 61 now. And every day he had me reading my vision for what I wanted. I didn't even have pictures back then. I would just read my vision for health, wealth, relationships, career, business. I would read the beliefs that I needed. And I would say, I'm so happy and grateful for the fact that, okay, I have the self-discipline to achieve every one of my goals, even though at the time that was not true. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't good enough. I didn't feel worthy enough. But I read it. And then he said, feel it, like feel it. Pretend you're a Hollywood actor and feel that. Then see if you can see it in your mind's eye. He said, most people have the equation wrong. He says they think that they will believe it when they see it. They think that they will believe it when they see it. He says, no. He says you have to believe it in here first before you will see yourself achieving it out there and gaining the results. He says, first, you have to affirm it in your mind. You have to feel it in your heart. You have to act it out and practice it until it becomes a part of you. So today I call that innercise. You exercise to strengthen your muscles and your cardiovascular system, right? It makes sense. Well, what about innercising your neuromuscles, your belief neuromuscles? What about your self-image neuromuscles, your self-confidence neuromuscles, your habitual neuromuscles? For 42 years, I have been innercising, and I've created an entire body of work around innercise, strengthening the neuromuscles that I need to achieve every one of my goals and dreams. So what comes first? The lifestyle or the beliefs? The lifestyle, or the feeling, the lifestyle or the habits, the lifestyle or the self-discipline. You know the answer to that. When you innercise, you create the neural pathways, the right neural pathways that drive your perception, your emotions, and yes, your behaviors. When you develop your self-confidence neuromuscle, you take action. When you develop your certainty muscle in yourself, you take action. When you develop the self-discipline to overcome fear and use it as your fuel for success, you achieve your goals and dreams. When you become more, you achieve more. But becoming more, from a neuroscience perspective, using the science of neuroplasticity, means you create the pattern in your mind, you affirm it, you emotionalize it, you visualize it, you behave that way, and then all of a sudden results start to happen. People that you need start to help you. The attraction comes from the resonance of the thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and the behaviors. So you want to live your dream life? It's all possible. It's not possible if you just hope and pray. You have to take action. You've got to change, your brain to change your life. You have to refire to rewire your brain. And so if you want a great lifestyle, I'm showing you this because it's so spectacular. I want you to enjoy the beauty that life has to offer for yourself, your family. I want you to trade your life for what you love. I want you to be proud of your life, and I want you to create a masterpiece with your life. You're not here to live an ordinary life. You know that. You're here to live an extraordinary life. So here's what I want you to do. Start to innercise 5 minutes a day, then 10, then 15 minutes a day. strengthen your neuromuscles, strengthen these success patterns in your brain. You'll achieve every one of your goals and dreams.
Hey, this is John, and if you liked that video, watch the next video because it is packed with things that you can do right now to achieve success way faster than ever before.